We are doing a mobility flow to start, and then we'll do an interval workout, body weight intervals. Um, so let's think about this as just kind of like a nice, long, chill warm-up. Yeah? I can tell you're excited, Claudia. All right, find a spot, everybody. Good morning. Bye, Kimberly. All right. So we're going to start in tabletop. Hands and knees. And we're going to do a couple rocking setups. So if you missed it, we're doing a 25-minute mobility flow to kick off the day. So we're just going to rock the hips back and then lead forward with the shoulders. All right, while you're rocking, take the laces of the right heel and rest them on the top, or the right foot, I should say, and rest that on the left heel. Laces of the right foot onto the left heel. And then switch sides, left laces, right heel. All right, let's walk our way down, uncross the feet, walk our way down to the forearms for some more greater range of motion rocking. So really reach the shoulders back towards the knees, towards the hips, and then come forward. While you're on the forearms, extend the right leg out to the side. So we're going to rock lateral leg rocks, but with the forearm still on the ground. And then we'll switch sides. So we're still on the forearms, left leg is out now. Let's get two more here. All right, we'll walk up to the hands. Since we were just on the left leg, let's just take that left leg back so the hip and the knee are fully extended, leading with the heel for some ankle circles with the left. And then switch directions. And then step the left foot forward outside of the left hand. And we're going to rock back and extend the left knee. So sit the hips down towards the right heel. Try to get the right or the left knee to fully extend or straighten out. And then shift forward and stack the knee above the heel on the left side. And then the next time you're stacked, knee above the heel, take the left arm, reach up to the ceiling, nice straight arm, and then drop the forearm down to the ground as close as you can. Left arm is up, left elbow is down. Two more. All right, stepping back with the left, we're going to send the right leg back now. So fully extended at the hip and the knee, ankle circles. And then switch directions. And step the right foot forward outside of the right hand. Rotate up with the right arm. And then drop the right arm down. Rotate up. Drop down. One more. And then extend that right knee. We went in a different order on this side. Just straighten out the right knee. Stack the knee above the heel again. One more. All right, and then from tabletop, walk the hands in a little bit, round the upper back up nice and high, and just start to make a figure eight pattern. Really over-exaggerated figure eight pattern. So keep the upper back up nice and round. Let the elbows move, let the hips move, and just kind of sway around a little bit. Opening up and loosening up the whole back, the whole back. Do this for about 10 more seconds, 7 more seconds. All right, and then from here, reaching the hips back towards the right, and then come forward and reach the hips back towards the left. We're just going to alternate sides. It should start to a little bit feel like you're mimicking that figure four stretch in the glutes. One more time on each side, everybody. All right, and then we're going to sit the hips down nice and low, and we're going to walk the arms as long as you can overhead. And then when you breathe in and then exhale, and the arms feel like they relax a little bit, take the fingers and walk them long along the floor again. So we're going to inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out through the mouth. When you feel like you relax a little bit, walk the arms nice and long. So I want you to go at your own breathing pace for about the next 20 seconds, remembering that every time you exhale, you want to take the fingers and just inch them along the ground to keep the elbow fully extended and to reach as far as we can away from the shoulder. All right, and then from here, you can come off of that a little bit. I'm going to thread the left arm underneath the right, dropping the left shoulder to the floor, palms up on the left hand. And then thread the right arm under the left and drop the right shoulder to the floor, palms up. We're going to alternate sides. You can do this at whatever pace feels good for you. If you want to hold that stretch a little bit longer, great. If we just want to hold it for 2 seconds to drop the shoulder and then come up and switch sides, that's also fine. Wherever you are, we're going to do one more on each side. And then we're going to lay on our belly, legs fully extended. If you want to prop up your torso, that's fine. If you want to rest your head, that's also fine. But let's take the right knee and bend it at 90 degrees, right ankle's at a 90-degree bend. And we're just going to pick the right knee up off the floor, doing the best you can to not put too much downward pressure into the ground with the opposite side limb. Let's do 2 more. And then switch sides. So left knee's at 90, left ankle's at 90. Take that heel up towards the ceiling. Three more. All right. And then meet me on your left side. So we're going to lay on our left side. Then have the left arm hold the right knee up. Right arm's palms down on the left side. And then we're just going to take the hand all the way over to the right side, palms up. And we're opening and closing, thinking about your back being the spine of a book. Trying to get the back side of the right shoulder to the floor every time you take your hand to the floor on the right side. And remember to keep hugging that right knee up nice and close towards the shoulders, towards the chest, so that we're moving all in your upper back. And on the next rep, take the hand and just make that nice big half circle loop overhead, trying to keep the fingers in contact with the floor, trying to keep the elbow fully extended. We'll do one more. And then the next time that you're open, so the next time the right shoulder is also flat on the ground, while you keep that right knee above the height of the right hip, I want you to take your fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then take the shoulder, the right shoulder, and feel like you're rotating it down and away from the ear. So down into the ground, away from the ear. You should feel like your lats, so your upper back, kind of pulling the shoulder away from your ear. And then very slowly lower your thumb overhead towards the ground. And then bring the fingertips back up towards the ceiling. Again, keeping that rotated down and away from the ear, down into the ground, away from the ear. And then you're just going to slowly lower and slowly raise the thumb and then the fingertips with all that space between the shoulder and the ear. Feeling like the lats are working the whole time. We'll do one more. All right, switch sides with me. It's going to be on our right side next. So the right arm's holding the left knee up now, nice and close to the shoulder again. Left hand, left arm is the one that's doing the moving this time. So we're trying to get the back side of the left shoulder to the floor. And on our next rep, wherever you are, go ahead and switch to the half circles. So drawing the big half circle overhead, keeping the fingers in contact with the floor, trying to keep the elbow fully extended, and getting the shoulder to reach the ground on the left side. Let's get in one more of these. And then when you get to that open position again, trying to get the left shoulder to the floor, take your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now take that left shoulder and feel like you're turning it down into the ground and away from the ear. And then very slowly, while you hold that shoulder position, lower the thumb down to the ground, and then the fingertips back up to the ceiling. Again, the lats should feel like they're working. The shoulder should be out of the ear, lots of space. Not super fast on the lowering and the raising. Do one more. Good. And then I'm going to have you roll to your back. And we're going to grab our knees. Hug them towards our chest, and then we're going to rock left and right, using the ground to kind of massage out or knead out the lower back, and let your arms be the reason why you can't fall over. So I want you to roll as far as you can to the right until your arm stops you, and then as far as you can to the left until your left arm stops you. All right, let's plant the left foot so the left knee is bent. We're going to cross the right ankle onto the left knee. And we're going to drive through the left heel into a hip bridge. Pick the hips up, keeping the right ankle onto the left knee. So you're in this figure 4 position. Two more. All right. Uncross the right leg, leave the left leg where it is, and then lower the right heel to the ground. So I want you to have the hip and the knee fully extended, but very purposely tuck the toes up. So flex the foot, tuck the toes up towards the head. And then we're going to pick the right leg up so that it's at 90 degrees at the hip. And then the best range of motion that you have, and this nice big hip circle, rotated out towards the right side. And then pull the foot back up again. Nice big hip circle. So see if you can start to increase the range of motion every time you get a rep in. So we're going to lead up with the toes, keeping the knee fully extended. We're going to drop the foot down and then lead with the heel back to that resting or starting position. Now I want you to not rest the foot, keep your big circles, but actually make them smaller on every rep. So you're going to keep the right leg up off the ground, and it's going to start to kind of angle towards about 1 or 2 on the clock. You're going to keep the knee fully extended, and then we're moving through the hip. Keep the foot flexed until you can't really make any smaller of a circle. And then it should feel like you're kind of stuck. Foot facing 2 o'clock. We'll bring it back up to 12 and rest on the ground. And then we're going to switch sides. So pull the right knee in. Right foot flat on the ground. Rest the left ankle onto the right knee now. Hip bridge in that figure 4 position. Driving through the right heel. Picking the hips up. Let's do 2 more. All right, so now extend the left leg down. Hip and knee are fully extended. Remember, tuck the toes, so flex the foot. And then we're going to pick that left leg up as far as we can, and then lower the left leg out toward the left side, and then loop the foot back around again to that starting position. Nice and slow and controlled. Trying to increase the range of motion if you can. Try not to move too much in your torso. So still try to keep your torso pretty solid, pretty still. Keep that left foot flexed. I'm going to do 1 more. All right, on this next one, make the circles a little bit more smooth. And then you're going to start to minimize the size of the circle. So make the circle smaller, keep the knee fully extended, move in the hip, keep the foot flexed, and draw your circles until you can't draw anything smaller. This time, your foot's going to be angled towards 10 o'clock on a clock. Slower, smaller, smaller, smaller. Until you can't get any smaller. And lower it down. Hug the knees up. 1 more time. Let's roll over onto our belly. Pull the arms underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes to push up from a push-up. And then whatever width you need for your feet, we're going to walk the hands back to the toes and then walk back out to a plank. When you get to your plank, drop your heels to the right and then to the left. When you're back to your toes, walk in. Again, keeping the knees fully extended. So take the feet as wide as they need to be so that you can walk in and out keeping the knees fully extended. Every time you get to a plank, drop both heels down towards the right side, come back to the toes, and then drop both heels down to the left side, come back to the toes, walk the hands in. Let's do one more. All right, the next time you walk in, go ahead and adjust the width of your feet so that you can drop into a good bootstrapper. Bottom of the bootstrapper, bottom squat hold. Heels down, hips down, shoulders back, and we're going to rest in the bottom. So keep the elbows just inside the knees, push the knees wide. Good posture with the shoulders. Hold it for about 10 more seconds. All right, go ahead and plant the hands, extend the knees, take the right arm, rotate up, and then take the right hand and rotate it forward and back a few, and then right hand is down, rotate up with the left arm, rotate the hand forward and back a few. We're just going to alternate sides. I'm going to do each side 3 times, so you're probably about halfway. Do one more time, right and left. And then we're just going to bend the knees slightly, come up to standing. We'll switch into some crossovers to finish up. So we're going to go right in front of left. We're going to fold at the hips, keep the knees extended, touch to the toes. And then you're going to touch to the heel on one side and then to the heel on the other side. Come back to the center and stand up. And then we'll cross, uncross, and recross. So each reach is going to go toes, one heel, opposite heel, back to the toes, and stand. So those heel touches, you should feel a little bit more movement in and around the back of the knee than just reaching to the toes. All right, let's do one more on each side. So we go toes, heel, heel, back to the toes, and up. Last one. All right. Now we're all loose, right? Loose, loose, loose. Okay, let's go over the workout.